Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we embark on a journey through the corridors of history, tracing the rise and fall of one of humanity's darkest political experiments, fascism, and exploring why its specter still haunts us in 2025. Imagine a society bound not by the free exchange of ideas, but by the iron grip of a single leader whose word is law. That, dear listener, is fascism, a way of organizing a society in which a government ruled by a dictator controls the lives of the people, and in which dissent is crushed beneath the weight of authoritarian rule. First coined by Benito Mussolini in 1919, the term fascism derives from the Italian word fascio, meaning bundle, symbolizing unity enforced under a powerful state. In modern discourse, fascism is often used more loosely to label any repressive or ultranationalist movement, though scholars caution that true fascism is a specific historical and ideological phenomenon. In the aftermath of World War I, Italy lay battered by economic collapse and political chaos. Into this void strode Benito Mussolini and his black shirts, paramilitary thugs who marched on Rome in 1922, demanding power. Once in office, Mussolini wove propaganda into the very fabric of daily life. Newsreels in every cinema, youth groups chanting his praises, and a cult of personality that portrayed him as Italy's savior. The Italian public's reaction was mixed. Some welcomed the promise of order after years of unrest, while others bristled under the loss of free speech and the brutality of the secret police. By 1943, with Italy in ruins and Allied forces advancing, Mussolini's dream crumbled. He was deposed, arrested, and Italy began its painful journey back toward democracy. Across the Alps, Germany faced its own torment: hyperinflation, the humiliation of Versailles, and a government too weak to stop the specter of communism. Enter Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party, who harnessed mass rallies, stormtroopers, and the searing power of propaganda to seize control in 1933. With the Reichstag fire as their pretext, the Nazis crushed civil liberties, banned opposition parties, and unleashed the horrors of the Holocaust, systematic genocide on an industrial scale. Initially, many Germans cheered the return of national pride and employment. Later, they recoiled in horror as the war turned against them and the truth of Nazi atrocities emerged. In 1945, Hitler's regime lay in ashes. Germany surrendered. Its leadership faced Nuremberg trials, and the world vowed never again. Meanwhile, the Spanish Civil War, 1936 to 1939, served as a grim laboratory for fascist tactics. Francisco Franco's nationalists, aided by Mussolini and Hitler, defeated the Republic in a campaign of terror. Under Franco's rule, political dissidents were exiled, imprisoned, or executed. The regime suppressed regional languages and cultures, imposing a rigid national identity. To many Spaniards, the dictatorship brought stability after civil war, but it came at the cost of basic freedoms, a trade many would later regret. Franco died in 1975. Spain transitioned to democracy, eager to bury the memories of repression and rebuild on the foundations of liberty. What alchemy transforms a democracy into a dictatorship? Fascists exploit crises, economic collapse, political chaos, fear of the other. They organize violent street militias, scapegoat minorities, and seize media outlets to rewrite reality. They foster a cult of personality, demanding unwavering loyalty to the leader and demonizing dissent as treason. Institutions, courts, legislatures, the press are hollowed out until only the dictator remains. These tactics, paramilitary violence, propaganda, institutional undermining, create the perfect storm in which fascism takes hold. In the United States of 2025, many look at Donald J. Trump and ask, are we witnessing history repeat itself? Vice President Kamala Harris publicly warned that his actions and rhetoric align with the hallmarks of fascism. Experts on both sides of the aisle debate, but some see echoes of the past. Election denial that undermines trust in institutions, the invocation of patriots versus enemies, and threats to deploy the military against domestic opponents. General John Kelly, a former White House chief of staff, described Trump's ideology as mirroring the dictionary definition of fascism, authoritarianism, and ultra-nationalism, only to be rebuked by the former president's allies. Relying on rallies filled with fervent supporters, dismissing free press as fake news, and threatening those who dare oppose him, these tactics bear an unsettling resemblance to the playbook of Mussolini and Hitler. Yet, America in 2025 still has robust institutions, a diversified media landscape, and a public memory scarred by the lessons of World War II. Whether these safeguards suffice is the question that hangs over our republic. As the curtain falls on our tale, remember, fascism is not a relic of a bygone era. It is a lesson etched in the blood of millions. Its promise of order seduces in times of chaos, but its price is freedom itself. May we, the inheritors of that blood, stand ever watchful against its return.